Alright, hi everyone. I'm on the other side of the camera again for all those people who like to complain about that. And gonna talk about God again because I'm on this side. I meant to do this last week, but life happened, so I'm doing this today. March 1st. And change since the last video I did, or the first video I did, is I did get my hair cut last week and colored, so it's a lot different than the first one. So, I know people might wonder what the seeds of warmth on my channel means, so I'm going to try and explain that. I have, for I don't know how many years, a long time, been crocheting, and I have crocheted I don't know how many hundreds of hats and scarves and afghans and baby blankets to give away. That's what I do. A lot of it is with yarn that has been donated to me. When my dad was alive, he would take the afghans I made and lap robes and everything to the VA hospital every month. So that's kind of how I got started giving it all away. And part of it too is at some point my kids said, "Mom, no more blankets, we have enough." But you still have to crochet or whatever craft it is that you do. And so I had to find another outlet, and so I just give everything away. I do sell stuff too. If people want something, I do also do that. And the things that I make are for warmth. Blankets, the hats and scarves. A lot of people that get what I make are homeless people, or they're moving into, they just got housing for the first time in years, and so that's something they get from whatever agency I've given the items to. So we go back to, that's just what I do. So seeds of warmth. So I just explained the warmth part. That's what I make. Well, back in December 2024, my former mother-in-law passed away. She loved God very much. Her faith was very, very strong. And at her funeral, my ex-husband got up and was talking about her and how she planted seeds all the time. Not just out in the garden, in the dirt, but she wanted people to know about Jesus. And so that's what she did, and was a seed planter. And I forgot to look up the scripture, but I will I meant to do that. So let me pause for a second here. Pause. Okay, I'm gonna read it, I hope. Reminder to those, and to those who are new, I do have expressive aphasia, so I do have speech issues. So if words come out wrong, if I don't know the right word, I might pause and something else comes out. I might have trouble reading. So I know probably a lot of you have this, and I'm still do the best I can at what comes out of my mouth. This is Matthew 13, verses 3 through 9. And he told them many things in parables, saying, A farmer went out to sow his seed, and as he was sowing, some seed fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured it. Some fell on rocky ground, where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun rose, the seedlings were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the seedlings. Still other seed fell on good soil and produced a crop, 100-fold, 60-fold, or 30-fold. He who has ears, let him hear. Um, and there's another one. Let me find that. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 3, 5 through 9. I also have vision issues, so trying to read on the computer, everything's all blurry, so even if though it's zoomed up to the max, so that's an issue, a story for another time though. Anyway, verse 5. What, after all, is Apollos, and what is Paul? Only servants through whom you came to believe, as the Lord has assigned to each task. I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. The one who plants and the one who waters have one purpose, and they will each be rewarded according to their own labor. For we are co-workers in God's service. You are God's field, God's building. So my mother-in-law, she spent all her time planting seeds, both in the actual earth and both with everybody she met, because she really loved. Okay. My son just came in for a second, and I'm not gonna redo the video, restart it, because I fell on a live the other day, so I left that up. So anyway, he brought me a caramel sundae, so from Culver's. I guess I eat dessert before I eat anything else today. But what was I saying? So anyway, my mother-in-law, she planted seeds and she loved God. And sorry if I'm repeating, but it's just the way life is. And sometimes she would, when you grow things, sometimes, you gotta water it and sun and all of that. And sometimes the things grow and sometimes they don't. And sometimes you can bring in the harvest and you see it. And sometimes you don't see it. But she was a seed planter. And so I have always felt of myself as a seed planter. I have a very strong faith. And I do talk about God a lot. Just not a lot yet on YouTube, but I will. And there's been many times over the years, over the decades, over my life, where I'm not sure if that seed was planted or not with somebody, because I never saw anything more than me just talking to them about God or giving them a scripture or taking them to church once or something, and then years later I find out they're a pastor, or they invite me to their baptism. So you just don't ever know, about planting seeds. So back to her funeral, and my ex was talking about her, and that if you were ever receive the benefit of her planting seeds, to do something with that. And about a week later, I was thinking about the hats and the scarves and everything that I do, and I just heard God tell me, which is the very first video I did, so if you want to know how that happens, go watch that. But I heard the word ministry in my mind, and it's like, okay, God, if what I do is a ministry, it needs a name. And Seeds of Warmth popped up because I make things of warmth, and I do pray over everything that I make that goes out. And so the people getting that item, I don't even know who they are most of the time, but they've been prayed for beforehand. And then that's usually churches or faith-based agencies that are handing those things out. So they're also getting seeds, water if they keep going, and maybe at some point there's a harvest. That's not something I will know. That's something that's between that person and God. Anyway, so that is the name for what I do for my channel and what I eventually want it to be. Yes, I love my squirrels. But there's more to my life than just that. So hopefully I explained Seeds of Warmth so that you understand it. If not, you can ask questions, of course. Keep comments decent. You know how to do that. No politics. And respect everybody's faith and their beliefs. And I am going to go upstairs and visit with my son and my daughter-in-law for a while. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and do all the YouTube things.